Bristol Community College, Mathematics with Dan Avedikian, Math 132, Calculus with Applications, Section 12.1, Problem 9. This is Section 12.1, Problem number 9. It says find the derivative of the function f of x equals 3x to the fifth power minus 6x to the third power plus 4x to the second power minus 7x plus 12. So that's kind of a big function. It has a lot of pieces. But you just take it one piece at a time, and each individual piece is easy enough. So we're going to do f prime of x equals, and while you're working on the 3x to the fifth piece of it, or term is the right word to use, just ignore the rest. So the exponent comes down times the number in front. You're going to have 5 times 3 is 15. X to the 1 less power. So the 3x to the fifth becomes 15x to the fourth when you do the derivative. Now I can move on to the next piece of this function, or the next term, negative 6x to the third. Again, pay attention to the negative. So for this part here, when I do the derivative, the exponent comes down times the number in front. You're going to have 3, not just 3 times 6, 3 times negative 6. I'll have minus 18 x to 1 less power. So third power drops down to second power. So the negative 6x to the third, when I do the derivative, becomes negative 18x to the second. Now I move on to the next piece, which is 4x to the second. So same process. The exponent comes down times the number in front. So I'm going to have 2 times 4 is 8. And it is positive, right? You have to pay attention to the sign. So I have 8. X to 1 less power would be first power. I can write the first power, but I can just leave it as 8x also. The next part of the function is the derivative of negative 7x, or negative 7x to the first. So as we saw in some of the previous problems, when you have an x to the first power, the derivative is simply the number in front. So the number in front for negative 7x is negative 7. Take the sign too, that's important. And the 12 on the end has no x, so its derivative is 0. So the previous two problems we talked about, that problem 7 and 8, you can write negative 7 plus 0, but you can just let it go. You don't have to put plus 0. So in the end, the answer is the derivative is f prime of x equals 15x to the fourth power minus 18x to the second plus 8x minus 7.